Welcome to another segment of Spotlight on Education for Watauga County Schools. I'm David Fonseca, Interim Superintendent, and with me today is Colonel Dennis Ray, retired, our Director of Maintenance. Welcome to the segment.
Thank you.
Colonel Ray, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I spent 28 years in the United States Marine Corps, and in 2007 decided to move up to the high country. My wife and daughter and I are very happy here, and I was fortunate enough to get a job with the school system.
Okay. As Director of Maintenance, tell us, what do you do?
Well, I'm responsible for the maintenance of all the school system facilities, the schools, my building, your building, and also the building and grounds, taking care of that in the summer, and in the wintertime, taking care of snow and ice.
Okay. So the school district has 8 K-8 schools and 1 comprehensive high school. I guess we would assume that maintenance and upkeep of a school is similar to a house, where you have to take care of windows, roofs, floors, etc. Is that so?
Yeah, the same idea. You have a building envelope, which is your windows, your roof, your walls, and then you have the mechanicals, which is your heat, air conditioning, plumbing, electricity. So we're responsible for that. The only difference between the house analogy is, for example, in the high school, almost 1,500 kids are in that school every day. So the wear and tear on a school, just like other commercial facilities, is quicker.
Okay. So how do you ensure that you stay on top of what the wear and tear is, not only for the high school, but all buildings?
All the schools. I try to get to each school twice a month. And I go in, I make notes, I look at things, I sit down with the principal or assistant principal, talk to them about things they see, and then I put a plan together. If it's something I can do quickly, I get my guys on it. If it's something that needs to be done when there's no students in school, then I plan it for the summer.
Okay. So we're in the middle of winter. What is going on right now in our buildings?
Well, we had the cold snap last week, and that caused a number of pipes to freeze, and we've had some heating calls. But overall, we were in pretty good shape through the cold snap, and once the children got back in the school, body temperature raised the heat up. So,
okay. A school system is a complex entity. It has teachers, staff, parents, community, but also our folks that are part of the staff that are in the maintenance, transportation, etc. Everybody else who's supporting what our teachers are doing directly or indirectly. How big is the maintenance department?
I have 18 employees that work for me. Most of them, they have trade skills. I have 2 plumbers, 2 electricians, carpentry, groundskeepers, an assistant, Bob Otten, and a data collection person. Handles all my work requests, all my budgeting, and that kind of stuff.
I've heard of Bob Otten. He's good.
Yes, he is. He's very good.
If you just join us, this is Spotlight on Education for Watauga County Schools. David Fonseca, Interim Superintendent. With me today is Colonel Dennis Ray, our Director of Maintenance. Colonel Ray can be contacted at the address that is going to appear on your screen, as well as the phone number. Colonel Ray, so we couldn't do it without the work that you do. Our schools, our teachers couldn't do it without what you do and what other people do as well in our district. Monica Adams, for example, Director of School Nutrition, has been here, as well as Jeff Lowndes, Transportation. So we just couldn't do it without everybody else who comes together and makes the schools function. So that being said, on occasion we have to shut down a school or close a school. I think we closed school one time because we lost power,
right.
And we couldn't re-open. We could have, but those buildings were just frozen. I know that if I lose power at my house, it will take a good hour and a half for the temperature to get back up where I need it, and all of that. How long does it take to power up a building if something happens? How long does it take to shut it down in case of an emergency?
Well, each building is different, but it takes about 2.5 to 3 hours for our elementary schools to get heated up.
Okay.
So the custodians come in around 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, and they crank up the heat. And then you don't want to bring it up too fast so that when the students get in there, it's within the tolerance range, and then the body heat and the energy that they expand brings the temperature the rest of the way up, and then you can control your temperatures.
Okay.
To take a building down, depending on what the emergency is, seconds to an hour. I mean,
All right. Well, this is a conversation with Dennis Ray. He's our Director of Maintenance. And again, Mr. Ray can be contacted, Colonel Ray can be contacted at the number appearing on your screen, which is the main number for Watauga County Schools, 828-264-7190, and the web address also on your screen. Colonel Ray, you mentioned that you have different folks working in your department, like plumbers, carpenters, etc. If someone in the community is interested in working for Watauga County Schools and specifically for the maintenance department, what can they do?
Well, they need to take a look at our webpage, the Watauga County Schools webpage under Human Resources. I list all my jobs openings there, and I just filled one about 6 months ago.
Okay. We probably have just a few more minutes in this conversation, so talk to us a little bit about the long-range plans for Watauga County Schools and its buildings. We have 8 K-8 schools and 1 comprehensive high school. Our high school is our newest school, flag school for us and also in the region. What about some of our oldest buildings? How long have they been around?
Well, the oldest building in the school system is at Blowing Rock. It was built in 1928 by the WPA. It is now the auditorium and 2 classrooms. Our buildings range from 1928 through to 1973 when Hardin Park was finished, and then of course the brand new high school. The problem with taking a building, and let's use Hardin Park as an example from 1973. It was built, it was a state-of-the-art school in 1973. In 1973, we didn't have personal computers, smart boards, the internet. All of that stuff has had to be cobbled into the school. One of the problems I face daily is the electric service. I'm at peak. I can't bring any more circuits in without bringing in another electrical service board. So when you designed the school in 1970, they started the design. It was great, but it's not the same model anymore of education of our society. So we need to look and see if there are ways either to renovate smartly, or maybe it's time to start looking at replacing some of the buildings.
Okay. We have just a couple more minutes in our segment, and I think that the conversation about replacing buildings and all of that, it's a complex conversation that involves funding and support and all of that, and also long-range planning. So that may be a conversation for another day.
Okay.
All right. With us today has been Colonel Ray. He's our Director of Maintenance for Watauga County Schools. Colonel Ray can be contacted at the address appearing on your screen and also at the phone number appearing on your screen. Colonel, thank you.